Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively in a room, mash us all together, you get the Office Blokes.
Mine's gone dead quiet.
Yeah, it's too quiet.
It's a
Dave.
fucking touch. Look,
Go sort it out.
I moved it by about a millimetre.
Millimetre too much, mate. Should have been half a millimetre.
Whatever. Yeah, these 15 maps hilariously explain the United States of America. I saw the thumbnail to this and it was like, I think it was to do with industry or what places are famous for.
Yeah.
Right.
Better I'd be hilarious.
I was going to say better I'd be now. I know you've said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was me who committed to saying it's a hilarious
Yeah.
map. No map's hilarious.
No, that's what I was thinking. I'm just trying to think in my mind.
I've yet to see one
hilarious.
that made me laugh.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Road map because you're lost and you're like...
Oh, beautiful.
Anyway, let's do it. These 15 maps hilariously explain the United States of America.
States, but it isn't really helpful in understanding what it's really like in each state. We need to look at different maps to see what it's really like in the United States, right? So we're going to look at a bunch of different...
Always seems weird, still seeing British place names over there. I just saw Lancaster and Reading,
Yeah.
Birmingham. It just seems weird. I'm just saying.
There's loads.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's in Manchester there as well, isn't there? And all
Manchester's probably in every
sorts.
state.
Yeah. York.
Yeah. It will be, yeah.
different maps to really explain what this country's like. Here are hilarious maps that explain America with additional insights. Maps! Drrrt, maps! Drrrt, maps! Drrrt, maps! About America. Here we are in the state of Wisconsin.
Is that what makes them
Now,
hilarious?
if you know anything about American culture, you know there's a stereotype that people in this part of the country drink a lot of booze. We're going to begin with a look at a map which shows if this is true or not. Check this out. This map shows where there's more bars or grocery stores in the U.S., depending on where you live. The red dots are areas where there's more bars than grocery stores. The yellow dots show where there's more grocery stores than bars. And look at that. Wisconsin, North Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, and Illinois have more bars than grocery stores. So does upstate New York. Look at the Deep South.
Does it change state by state whether or not grocery stores can serve alcohol, though? Or is it across the board they don't?
I'm not hanging out in like...
Yeah, but he said bars though, didn't he? He didn't say...
in a grocery store drinking.
No, but
that's the take
like,
home, innit?
yeah, but
That's funnily enough, that's a map of Darren's visits over in the US as well, isn't it? That's his footprint.
I'm just saying it as a way of quantifying how much people are drinking. That's not the best way necessarily, because if grocery stores in the Midwest sold booze, loads of people might be buying the booze at grocery stores and drinking at home instead of going to the
this is
bars.
bars.
It's bars versus grocery stores.
Yeah. So you're saying people down in the South buy their booze and don't go out to bars? So there's no bars?
No, it's a concentration of how many versus how many.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, because a lot of states, I don't know if it's all of America, they don't sell alcohol in grocery stores, do they?
I don't.
You've got to go to a liquor store.
Can't remember.
It might just be that some of the grocery stores in certain areas are a lot bigger, so they don't have to have as many.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Could be something like
Like
that.
there's
Might just be an anomaly, mightn't it?
one gigantic store
Wegmans,
Yeah,
for
somewhere,
example.
Yeah.
and then everywhere else has got little.
We've got
Corner
little
shops.
convenience stores. Maybe.
Hardly any bars, just all grocery stores. That goes along with the theory that it's deeply religious in the Deep South, so there's not as many bars. Cool, huh? Let's look at another one, shall we? Meth labs per county. I'm from this county
That was a funny map, actually. It just caught me off guard. That's right.
over here, like the biggest meth lab square in the country. Look at all those meth labs. I'm so proud. There's a bunch on the West Coast. That makes sense. I think meth labs were invented in Oregon or California, out there somewhere. But a lot of them look like they're in the middle of the country, surrounding St. Louis. Why are they all right there? Well, in Missouri, there's a saying, minding one's own business often goes with the territory. There's a lot of poverty in Missouri, and some people make meth as a way to supplement their income or as a performance enhancer. It's all very sad and very scary. If you live in a meth lab county, comment. Let us know what's up. Look at this map. It shows where all the different races in America are. The green is Hispanic and the orange is black folks. The light blue are Native Americans. The dark blue is where Asians are, like here in San Francisco. The white areas are where it's mostly white. And as you can see, it's a very divided country. A lot of us live in regions that are similar to us racially. New Mexico has the nation's highest Hispanic population as a percentage of its population. 48% of New Mexico is Hispanic. Alternatively, Mississippi is 37% African American, making it the state with the highest percentage of black residents. Up here in Vermont, it's 94% white. Interesting. Oh my God. Here's a map that shows who the highest paid public employee is in each state. Almost every single one's a football or basketball coach at some big college. That's just sad. In New Hampshire, it's a hockey coach. How much does a hockey coach make in New Hampshire, you might ask? At the time, it was a guy named Dick Umily who got paid $242,000 a year in 2014. The president of the school only made $385K, so Dick must have been a good coach. And going back to 1990, he never won a national title in 28 seasons. Damn, son. This map shows that more people search for lesbian porn in Arkansas than in any other state.
There's funny maps.
That's funny.
I saw a similar map. It might have been Sir Steve O'Timothy that shared it the other day, a map of Ireland and the top porn searches. And it was funny. It gets weird. You know, you move from literally one county to the next and it's obscure.
Yeah.
It's worlds apart.
That's weird. Here's a map that shows the fattest countries in the whole world. Dark red is more obese. Look at us. There we go. 37% of Americans are overweight. We're the 12th fattest nation overall. Only a bunch of small South Pacific nations have a greater population of overweight citizens. Look at this. Going back to 1960, only 13% of U.S. adults were overweight. We need to...
Just go back on that, Dave, to the map, the back one.
Oh, no, I'm doing the volume there.
Like grey map on the in Africa, on the northwest of Africa.
Yeah.
And look at the thing there at the bottom. It says not. Does it say not applicable?
Not applicable, yeah.
What does that mean?
Do I?
There's a couple there as well. There's another one
There's some up there, yeah.
just up near Afghanistan.
Maybe there's not enough.
What country is that in Africa there then?
Maybe there's not enough population.
Sure, it's
to,
only
Is it Mauritania? Somewhere like that.
I'm not sure. But it's the same for Greenland as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So maybe it's underpopulated.
Yeah, maybe. Interesting.
Here's a map that shows the fattest countries in the whole world. Dark red is more obese. Look at us. There we go.
I'm surprised it's South
37%
Africa.
of Americans are
Yeah,
overweight.
I'm actually.
We're the 12th fattest nation overall. Only a bunch of small South Pacific nations have a greater population of overweight citizens. Look at this. Going back to 1960, only 13% of U.S. adults were overweight. We need to diet, for sure, people. Vietnam's the skinniest nation overall. Only 2% are overweight there. But China has like 0 overweight people too. Africa hardly has any, except the rich African countries. They're all fat.
I want to move to the country at the top.
To Greenland?
Yeah, no one's fat there. I'd fit right in.
Yeah, you go there, Karen. Go to Greenland, please. Hey, this is neat. Here's an interactive one that shows how fast Walmart grew beginning in 1962. It was all in Arkansas. There's more than 11,000 Walmarts now. Look at it. It's like a germ spreading all over the country. Ah, run. It's Walmart. JK Walmart. Don't sue me. But how many Walmarts does one nation need?
That's
anyways?
a lot.
My God. Roll back. Okay, so we're the most overweight nation on Earth. We're also number 1 in prisons per capita. It's not even really close. We have 4% of the world's population, but we have 22% of the world's prisoners. At least we did. Seems like we're letting everybody out now. One day it's going to look like this, and we're all going to die. Russia locks a lot of people up too. North Korea doesn't have a lot of people locked up. I guess they just probably don't mess around there. This country down here is Thailand, where they apparently don't mess around either. Don't go to Thailand and cause any mischief. I guess they have some really strict drug laws, so you can go to prison for a long time just for having a joint on you. They even have the death penalty for drugs in Thailand? What the? That's not COVID spreading. The orange color is where half the country's wealth is, and the blue is the other half. Half the country's wealth is in these few little orange areas. Like, this
Wow.
one's Minneapolis, and I'm guessing that one is St. Louis. That's Charlotte, and that looks like Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has money? There's a big gap between the rich and poor in this country, and that gap is widening. The middle class is shrinking at an alarming rate. In 1970, the middle class had almost 2/3 of the total U.S. income. Now the upper class has more money, and the poor are even poorer. Here's a visual representation of how the rich keep getting richer in America, people. Ooh, this map shows how big Alaska really is. If you added all of Alaska up, it would take
That's
up all
nuts,
these
isn't it?
pink states.
Big, innit?
So if you're in Maine, or you're in Florida, or in Tennessee, you'd still be in Alaska. Just wow. So impressive, Alaska. So impressive. Guess which country gives new moms no paid leave? We don't. And so do a handful of other countries, some of which you may not have even heard of before. Why don't we have a paid leave?
Is that right? I never knew that.
No paid leave.
For maternity pay
No, I never
in the
knew that.
USA.
Yeah.
I think it's criminal.
It's one or two
if
countries
it's
like
the
that, isn't
case.
there? But not many.
There's a few, more than two.
Yeah.
You got Suriname, Liberia,
Is that Papua New Guinea?
yeah.
Western Samoa?
Powell.
That's
Wow.
crackers,
I
isn't
never
it?
knew that.
Yeah, over here they give you like loads of time off and wads of money.
Yeah, we have. Well, it's 26 weeks or more, I think, isn't it? I think
It's-
that's the colour we're at. So.
You can extend
In
it
fact,
as well.
do you get
can't you?
like 12 months now or something?
It's up
months it
to
is.
a year,
It's up to a year.
but you can share it between partners.
Yeah,
Ah,
So
right, okay.
you could have 6 months of mum and 6 months of dad now
Right.
in this country.
Dad won't want that.
I
thought
got
so, would you?
I
No
got
one in
two
the right
more.
mind.
I got 2 weeks, didn't I? Which I think is pretty standard.
Yeah,
that
same here. Yeah.
2 weeks.
Paternity
Yeah.
leave is
Yeah.
a couple of weeks for a
Yeah.
man
I didn't take any.
Did you not?
Straight back in, same day.
after squeezing a baby out.
Yep.
Fair play to you.
Good on you.
Did well, money.
Leave system for new moms here in the USA? I mean, 82% of people here say they want it, and it's pretty clear in a lot of the hoods I drive through, these kids need their parents around as much as they can get. Biden said he wanted to spend more than $200 billion to give people 12 weeks of paid maternity or paternity leave. It hasn't happened yet. Apparently, after World War II, Europe started the whole paid maternity leave thing because they needed parents to have lots of kids because their country got demolished in the war. And here, we didn't have to worry about that. Plus, we couldn't be a communist nation back then, so we just never got around to paying moms to stay home with their newborns. Plus, get this. This is messed up. Back in the 50s and 60s, there was an idea that if you had paid leave, it would encourage the wrong people to reproduce, meaning blacks.
Jesus.
Seriously, it says it right here in this BBC article.
I wish my mom had paid leave.
Juan, I've seen your family. We'd be broke. This is fun. This map shows how Americans address a group of people. It's y'all in the South. For most of us, it's you guys. Why isn't there a use for Pennsylvania? Isn't that a thing? Here's a U.S. map that shows where no one lives. The green is where nobody lives. A lot of the West is still wild, mister. In Alaska, there's hardly anybody. I'm sure a lot of people are looking at this map going, I'm heading for green. Is there a house in there for me? Green sounds good right about now, doesn't it? Peaceful, quiet, cheap, no BS. I hear you, peeps. I hear you. Here's a look at the happiest states in the country, or at least people who say they're happy. A lot of the Mountain West and Upper Midwest says they're happy. This whole area down here says they are not happy. Those also happen to be most of the poorest states too.
It's a weird one to see Florida on, because I always associated like Florida being quite a happy place, Miami and places like that.
Nice weather all year round.
They get battered with hurricanes and shit, don't they?
Oh, yeah. I suppose it depends whether you do the pole.
Alligators,
Yeah.
old people.
Well, there's two problems solved: alligators, old people,
Yeah, snacks.
Put together. What have we got?
an increasing population of not so hungry alligators.
Yeah.
Except for New Mexico. I guess that shows in America, if you don't have a lot of money, you aren't happy. And that's just sad. Why is Texas so happy? Okay, so here's where all the McDonald's are in the US.
Wow.
No wonder we're all so fat. There's 14,000 McDonald's here. It's said that every American is no further than 115 miles from a McDonald's. Where's that other map we saw earlier? Yep, there we are. But it's okay. We're happy, right? You know what gerrymandering is, don't you? Where lawmakers redraw voting maps to favor one party? Well, check out the 4th District in Chicago. This weird-shaped pink district is all Latinos. That weirdly drawn map will have one representative in Congress, who will likely be Latino. If that doesn't drive home how corrupt and stacked the political system is in America,
Does
then
seem
I don't
bizarre,
know
that,
how to
Yeah,
better
very
show
much
it.
so.
This one's very insightful. Someone did some Google mining to see what odd search terms appeared from different states. This is basically a look at what each state's interested in by looking at their popular search terms. I guess they did it during the quarantine of 2020. A lot of it involves alcohol. New Mexico wants to day drink. Minnesota wants boxed
Florida,
wine.
how to sleep at
Wisconsin
work.
wants Bloody Marys. Tennessee wants to drink at Cracker Barrel. Mississippi wants vodka pops. In Wyoming, they want to stop drinking, I guess. West Virginia wants to stop smoking. Michigan people make a lot of pot
Grilled
bunnies,
cheese
apparently.
next to quit smoking.
Down in Louisiana, they want to know how often they should bathe. Okay, that's just gross. In Maine, they're building a bunch of chicken coops. What's up with Florida? Are they lazy or what? Delete Facebook. Idaho has had enough of Facebook. So have I, Idaho. So have I.
Who Googles day drinking? It's just a thing you do. You have to read up on
You
it.
know, I mean, wow.
I can see where
Is
it's
where all the
going.
brand's from, is it?
Yeah, it looks like
Must
it.
be.
Here's the most recognizable brand in each state. Look at Florida. Texas is known for Dr. Pepper. I thought it'd be Wrangler or something. Starbucks in Washington makes sense. Harley Davidson in Wisconsin. Coors in Colorado. Budweiser in Missouri. Walmart in Arkansas. Okay. What is Sinclair? Does AOL still exist? Why is Virginia AOL? South Carolina is known for Denny's. Do they make washing machines in Iowa?
What state is Peavy?
Where?
Next to Tabasco.
I don't know where that is. I can't
So,
see it.
so Texas and then two to the right.
That'll be Tabasco and then Peavy. That's the guitar amps,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Is it not Alabama, is it? Alabama's where sax is, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
Tennessee's above it where FedEx is. So it'd be
I didn't even know it was an American company, Peavy.
No.
Or something? Where's Carhartt? I don't get it. Wait, Saks, Alabama?
That's why
Oh
Alabama's
shit.
next door.
Saks Fifth Avenue was founded in Birmingham, Alabama. Who knew? Okay, so here's all the countries that have the death penalty. Of course, we're on here. All of Europe and Canada and Mexico don't have the death penalty. I don't know why we even have it anymore. Clearly it doesn't work. Look around. Our criminals aren't afraid to die. This map shows where there's more single people based on gender. Apparently there's way more single men in California and way more single women in the Northeast. Is that because there's a lot of gay people in California and guys in the Northeast are total lamewads? I don't know. Just speculating, people. Comment below and let me know what you think about this one. Snow day! Here we can see the amount of snow it takes to cancel school by county. In the far north, it takes like 2 feet of snow before they cancel school. Down in most of the whole South, any snow cancels school. They probably never cancel school for snow in Alaska. They wouldn't have school.
in the UAE. They used to cancel school for rain.
Really?
If it rained, yeah. The
Wow.
school's closed.
I don't think
Was it-
school ever
was it-
got. Go on.
Go on. Was it actually, sort of absolute torrential?
No.
Is that why? Just because
Yeah, if it rained, yeah.
Oh.
If it like drizzled, then no, they'll carry on. But
Yeah.
if it like rained,
Yeah.
and schools come pick your kids up.
What was that?
I don't think I ever had a day off because of snow in my life from school. And I went in when it was thick snow a few times.
I think we did once, but I think it's because the heat wasn't working. Something like that. Well, it hadn't been delivered.
Yeah.
It's like a
Oh,
oil.
the heater hadn't.
No, it's like an oil heater or something like that. I mean, you're talking like 300 years ago, aren't you? So,
It was due for delivery the day it snowed, was it?
yeah, something like that, yeah.
Probably the schools over here.
Yeah.
Here's what people Google the most. Why is California so expensive? Everybody wants to know. Everyone wants to know, why is Utah so Mormon? Why is Massachusetts so smart? I didn't know they were that smart. Why is Louisiana so racist? Oh man. Why is Arkansas so poor? Why is Ohio so important? Ohio's important? Why is North Carolina so cheap? That's a question I ask every day, because this is a great state. It's not going to be so cheap for too much longer, peeps. Ooh, this is crazy. Here's a map of every tornado in the last 50 years.
Well.
Clearly, they don't like mountains. I hate tornadoes. I mean, they're fun to see from across a cornfield, but not so fun at night when you're home alone. The probability of upward mobility in America. In the middle of the country, you have a 35% chance of upward mobility. That's still not a lot. In the deep south, you have a 4% chance of upward mobility. Well, that sucks. There's different ways of talking based on where you live in the US. Of course, there's certain dialects and accents. This map shows how people say the word crayon or crayon or crown. People in New York are like crayon, all proper. Wisconsin people are like crayon. I always say crayon. Most of the country says crayon.
He literally said it the same all 3 times.
It sounded like
Trying, but it was
much
just
difference,
crane, or crane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my mind, that state that we couldn't think of before is still bothering me.
It was
You've got Louisiana,
it was
then you've got Alabama to the right of the state, which we can't think of. Then next to that is that Georgia?
I thought it was
South Carolina.
I thought it was Louisiana.
No, Louisiana's the one that looks like an L.
Yeah, wasn't that the one?
No, the one next to it.
Also, it's the one next to it, and then Alabama's next to that.
Yeah.
Georgia?
No, Georgia's on the right side of the other of Alabama, but Florida.
Illinois.
I thought
Kansas.
I don't know.
I guess. So on Craigslist, there's this message board called Missed Connections. You can post an anonymous note that's like, I saw you walking by at the Independence Mall. You were wearing a pink coat. I wanted to talk to you so badly, but I had my wife with me. Let's talk. So you can basically stalk the person, I guess, if they respond. It's really weird.
the guy that founded Craigslist and owned it got done for like loads of counts of solicitation, I think it was, or something, because it was sex workers used Craigslist to advertise their services.
Yeah.
And essentially, I think he got done. I think the FBI might have arrested him or something, because essentially they were saying he was operating like a pimp.
Right.
Because he ran a website that people were advertising sexual services on. I don't know what happened with it. I just remember reading about it at the time.
So is it just a social media website or something?
It's like advertising.
It's like the Yellow Pages.
I've
sort
heard
of
of it,
thing.
but I've never known what it's about.
It used to be, you'd sell locally. You know, you'd,
right,
like
okay.
Facebook Marketplaces now. It'd be similar to that. But then there's
Right.
like missed connections, like he's saying, and all that sort of stuff.
All weird
Yeah.
shit on there now.
Yeah.
It's for people who were too scared to just walk right up and talk to somebody, and they make up some excuse that they were distracted or the timing wasn't right. Like this. We shared a smile at the checkout. Yours was so sweet. After checkout, our trucks were parked almost side by side. I said to myself, I hope she looks back when she's leaving. You did, and you smiled again. I hope you see this. I was the blue-eyed guy in the camo vest. This is so desperate. Here's another one. Eye contact. Kept bumping into each other. This is just so stocky and weird. So anyway, somebody crawled Craigslist to get a database map of the most common places in each state where somebody said they had a missed connection. Here's the map. Okay, apparently in California, most people stalk each other at the 24-hour fitness. Look at all the Walmarts. It's like 20 states. I fell in love with you at Walmart. I saw you at the Walmart self-check. You had trouble with the scanner. We should date. So dumb. Look at McDonald's. Of course, in New York, it's on the subway. In Hawaii, it's at the beach. This is just so stalkery. Anyways, look at your state and see where people are stalking one another. At home? What's going on in Indiana? I saw you at home. It's just so
That's bizarre.
I can't believe I'm doing this, but there was a guy behind me at Wegmans today. I wanted to say something, but I chickened out. If this sounds familiar, let me know what color shirt you had on and what kind of cookies you were buying. I should answer. Red shirt and Oreos. Let's do this. Dumb. This is like the new gossip mag in town, but it's like totally anonymous. Lost love stories for people who can't just let it go. Do people go to Craigslist and see if somebody's looking for them? Dear Fanny Pack Girl, I saw you in the produce aisle at Kroger and I was smitten. I was the guy in the black jacket. I know you saw me. You're my grocery store true love.
Such a cynic, this guy, isn't he? There might be loads of Walmart babies out there from Craigslist.
I quite like his take on that.
Yeah.
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 It's pretty good.
Maybe people do that because they're insecure.
Mappy, I think you're insecure. In fact, I saw a misconnection from you. I saw you at the library yesterday. I was the map with the book about geography. Let's make an atlas together. Mappy, that is so stupid. I'm going to tell your wife. Okay, so that's a unique look at America through interesting maps. You know, you can drive around this country and cover every county and still never really understand this place like you can when you look at data. Hopefully, you learn something. Now get out there and find that missed connection. I'm sure they're just waiting for you to find them. Not, stalker. Are you looking to move and need advice? I do consulting. That's right.
I think we all
Very
laughed
good.
at one.
Yeah, some of them were quite
A
funny.
couple of them were fairly
Some good
amusing,
maps,
weren't they?
some interesting ones there as well, I think.
Yeah.
I've seen things like with my mate went. So I think he was doing some kind of architecture and he had to do with Google. And when he went, he said they had a board just scrolling about what people were searching for. He said I was sat there for ages just staring at it.
Was he?
He said he was just scrolling different words. He said some of them are bad.
Would it? Oh, man.
That's like say the porn map of Ireland the other day was good. Porn maps of the world give you a lot of insight into what people are like.
Would be, wouldn't it?
I'll have a look at that. Yeah. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
some good
No, I
ones.
enjoyed that. I thought it was quite good.
Yeah,
It's
good.
light entertainment, wasn't it?
There's a lot of McDonald's and Walmarts about in there. Gee, absolutely
Goes to
covered
show,
in the
doesn't it?
place.
I wouldn't mind betting we've got more McDonald's per square miles than the States because he said there's.
Ooh, I don't know.
Well, he said there was one
Every 115 mile.
something like that. Yeah, but if you put into perspective, you drive 115 miles from here. How many McDonald's there actually are? It's crackers.
Yeah, but you also go.
maybe.
You also go to certain areas like New York City, for example, and you drive 115 miles around that sort of like tri-state area.
Yeah,
Then you're going to be passing a lot of McDonald's as well. Probably a lot
drive
more.
150 yards, can't you? There's probably one a bit further up the road.
but 115 miles in this country covers up a higher proportion of the country,
It
doesn't
does, yeah.
it? That's the point.
I don't think we've got that many McDonald's over here.
No, I think per capita, per population, I guess it's got to be higher in the States.
I just
would
think
so.
they've got a lot more landmass in
Yeah,
the
yeah, I know what
States
you
where
mean.
there's
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
So I think the concentration would be higher over here.
We'll Google
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
We'll find out about that.
Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.